Hi, cool. Hi everyone. My name is Vidhi Srivastav. I'm a second year law student at National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. I already did a previous session on health, rights. Today we'll be doing a smaller session on yet another important topic which has been in the news for some time now, which is Eye of Fire, which happened in the Gulf of Mexico recently on 2nd July, right? This is the image, right? I've taken a less disastrous image, otherwise it's really bad. This is the image of people trying to douse out the fire, or as has been trending on Twitter, the molten lava erupting from the earth, right? So since it looks like this, it was a very big issue, very trending. So we'll see what it is, right? It's mostly a revision session of sorts because I think coachings must have covered it, and if not, you'll get to learn something new, right? Okay, so what exactly happened, right? So why did this happen? This is not oil spill or undersea volcano eruption or anything of that sort. This was a result of the rupture in an undersea gas pipeline. So it's a gas leak. It's not even an oil spill, right? It's a gas leak. Who owned this pipeline? It was owned by Mexico's state-owned oil company Pemex. Full form is Petróleos Mexicano, in the offshore Ku-Maloob Zap field in Gulf of Mexico. What happened? It sent flames boiling to the surface in the Gulf waters. Like, the intensity of the leak was such that it led to this, right? I mean, this doesn't happen in like the worst of cases, right? But this did happen, so we can imagine the intensity of this gas leak, right? Where did it happen? It happened in the Gulf of Mexico. Which company? Pemex. Which platform? Kumalu Zap, right? Where? West of Yucatan Peninsula. When did it happen? 2nd July, not important. But yeah, why did it happen? It happened because there were some problems in the turbo engine of the platform, right? Like the turbo engine that is used to pump the machine to allow the gas to be transferred from an offshore platform to an onshore platform, right? Sorry, from an onshore platform to an offshore platform, right? Why were there problems in the turbo engine? Because the weather in the Gulf Mexico area, it wasn't really good because rains and storms and etc. Now, why was it so? Important point, and because it took me a lot of time to find this information. So why did it happen? So because in Atlantic Ocean, there's currently been the development of Hurricane Alpha, right? So because of that, the weather around, there were turbulations in the sea, right? So because of which the weather was not very good, which led to problems with the turbo engine of this pipeline. Right. Why is it called the Eye of Fire? It's like a pretty different name. It's called the Eye of Fire because, first of all, it looks like that there's a molten lava being erupted out of the volcano. And as you can see in the picture, right, this is like an orange thing, and just beach me, you have a very bright yellow lightning thing, right? So it looks like an eye, and it's an eye of fire, obviously. Another thing to notice that the fire was not doused by the help of water. It was tried to douse it with the help of water, but that did not happen. Nitrogen was required to douse it in the end. It took almost 5 hours to douse this water. Right. So this was what happened. Now, so the company has claimed that the gas leak has been brought under control, and it was not an oil spill and all that. But we're still unclear on the environmental damage that has been accrued because of this, right? Because I mean, you can understand the intensity of this, and what it would have led to, the effect it would have had on the marine life, the flora, fauna, right? All the marine animals and everything, and global warming, right? I mean, human error can lead to so many problems, right? So we're still not clear on the environmental damage aspect as of now. Okay, now what's Pemex? Pemex, is the largest enterprise in Mexico, largest oil enterprise in Mexico. What's one of the interesting thing about it is that it's one of the few completely vertical integrated oil companies in the world. Now, what do I mean by vertical? By vertically integrated companies, we mean that companies that handle everything from point A to point Z, right? मतलब ओशन से एक्सट्रैक्शन से लेके commercial sales तक everything is handled by one single company, which is not usually the case, right? A lot of oil companies, since there's like a lot of work, right? Extraction, purification, and commercialization and all that. So the work is divided, right? matlab like one company gets in business with another company who's good at one thing, right? Like, okay, we're going to produce it, but you will help us with the purification, and you will help us with XYZ work, because we're not capable enough to manage the entire A to Z process, right? So that's one of the interesting thing about this company, that it's a vertical company, like A to Z, everything is managed by this one company alone, right? So we said, right, it was a Kumalu Zap field, where this happened. Now Kumalu Zap is Pemex biggest crude oil producer, with over 40% of its nearly 1.7 million barrels of daily output. So we can understand the loss that would have happened to the company, along with the amount of gas leak that happened would have happened in the ocean, right? Now, according to Bloomberg, Pemex has the largest debt of any major oil corporation company. I think it's somewhat close to $114 billion, which is huge, right? So that's a thing to note. I mean, I don't think this is very important. Angel Carrizales, head of Mexico's oil safety regulators, said that there was no oil spill. I added this point because every news article that I read had this piece of information, so it might as well be important because it has been mentioned so many times, right? So there were speculations of it being an oil spill, because generally people don't think that gas leaks can have so much intensity to cause such fire, but this person said that no, that's not the case, there's no oil spill, it's just a gas leak. But again, we're not sure of what caused it, what amount of gas leak has happened, what loss has been caused to the environment, right? We don't know anything. However, there's an investigation going on, so I mean, we should figure it out very soon, and we'll just wait for the news. I mean, if it comes after CLAT, not important for you. Even if it comes right now, not important for you, because the papers would have already been printed, right? Okay. Now let's just talk about a little bit about Gulf of Mexico, because it mentions Gulf of Mexico. What's a gulf? A gulf is a large body of water, sometimes with a narrow mouth, that is almost completely surrounded by land, right? So it's surrounded by land from everywhere, almost completely surrounded by land. So you can see this here, right? This is the Gulf of Mexico. It's surrounded by land, right? Um, it's the largest gulf in the world, Gulf of Mexico. Important to remember. Now, where is it surrounded by? It's bordered by USA in the north. This part. This is Mexico, right, west and south, and this is Cuba to the east. Now this could be a question, this could be a multiple choice question, saying which countries do not border Gulf of Mexico. So they'll give you USA, Mexico, Cuba, Canada. Now you might think Canada borders it because it's in the same range of countries, but that's not the case. So remember this, it can be a question if something related to this comes. The Gulf of Mexico is, and so the Gulfs are connected to a larger sea, right? They're not a standalone thing; they're connected to a larger sea. So Gulf of Mexico is connected to the Atlantic Ocean via the Straits of Florida and Caribbean Sea, and the Caribbean Sea via the Yucatan Strait, right? So this is the Yucatan Strait, and this is the Strait of Florida. Okay. So Gulf of Mexico, very important. Now miscellaneous. Just something that if I were giving CLAT, I would have searched through. Since we're talking about oil and gas company, it's necessary to know which is the largest oil and gas company in the world. It's Saudi Aramco, which is in Saudi Arabia. Um, Now, where does India come in that list? The first time India appears in that list is at the 25th position. We have the Indian Oil Corporation, who's the head of it, Shrikant Madhav Vaidya. And the 26th number, we have Reliance Petroleum, part of Reliance Industries, who's the chief financial officer, Sudhakar Tiwari. Right, so just some miscellaneous information randomly. So the thing is, why we don't have a lot of information about this incident is because not a lot of UPSC sites covered it, right? Because usually that's the point of information that I use to get information. Why I still think that it becomes important for us to know this is because of the recent oil slash gas spills that have happened. Like a lot of them have happened, right? So it's one of them. So had it just been a standalone incident, it might not have been that important because it wasn't a lot in the news as much as others. But it becomes important because it's like a series of spills that have been happening. It questions humans' ability to manage all this, right? Like how careless can we be to have so many to have so many gas oil spills in a year, which affect us so bad, and we still don't care enough for it, right? So it becomes important in that sense. Why does it become important, more important? Because this has happened, right? Mauritius oil spill happened recently. I I've just taken 3 4 lines because I believe that you'd have your coaching notes for the same. So these are interconnected points, right? When you study your topic, you do not do it in isolation. You do it with respect to other topics, right? So what will follow learning this would be a Mauritius oil spill that happened. How did it happen? Japanese bulk carrier ship MV Wakashio. It was carrying fuel oil. It split into two. There was like a huge oil spill. It turned black like the entire. I hope you remember the pictures. Um, right, it was near Blue Bay Marine Park, which is like a great biodiversity spot. It was affected badly. Right, where did it happen? In the Indian Ocean. There'd be more details because I remember doing more detailed facts about this, so do go through those detailed facts. Then the Russian oil spill, very important, because Russia declared a state of emergency in this region. It's also important because I think there was some permafrost thing that led to this, right? Then there were informations like stuff that has happened there previously by the same company, right? Then there was something related to the seas and rivers, like so do that as well because I remember doing that. Now very important is the gas leak, right? These were oil spills, but this is the gas leak which happened in India. It was like a huge issue in India for like the longest time, right? Your strict liability, absolute liability, the NGT tribunal, and like a lot of controversy, disaster management activities. We couldn't carry it properly and all that. So what was the Vizag gas leak case? It was an industrial accident that occurred at a chemical plant in R.R. Venkatapuram village near Gopalapatnam on the outskirts of Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Source of the leak was a styrene plant owned by South Korean electronics giant LG, right? So I believe these three become important, and because of these three, this topic becomes important, even though some of you might think that it's not important, right? But since it's a series of events that have transpired like this, it becomes important. Okay, this was it. Notes will be shared with you either in the description box, or I'll share them with you in the comment section. um, I think this is my last GK session with you, so best of luck. I know how terrified you would be right now, but trust me, believe in yourself. You've worked really hard for this. Um, do not panic right now. I mean, you will have enough to do on the final day, but just keep doing what you're doing. These are the revision times. Do not start anything new. Just keep revising GK. GK is one of the most important and scoring sections, right? Keep revising it, just believe in yourself, and I am sure you can do this, right? Best of luck, guys, and bye.